guys, Robot1 here, coming at you with a Master Rule 5 video, or Master Rule 4 adjusted, or whatever you guys out there want to call it. It's basically Master Rule 5, where they've changed how Link summoning works, and how the extra deck works with extra monster zones and main monster zones, and basically brought back original Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. Make Master Rule 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! Where we can literally play Fusion Synchro Xyz anywhere, and that is really good. And thanks to this new Master Rule, a lot of decks are coming back into the game, and I wanted to talk about 10 of them, because a lot of these decks get buffs, a lot of these decks come back, and I'm really happy to talk about all of them. So, without further ado, let's get into the video, because I want to talk about these cards, and these decks, and I just want to get my opinion across, because these decks are so good in the Master Rule 5 / Master Rule Adjusted, or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, let's get into talking about this. So, first deck we're going to be talking about is the DDDs. Yes, the deck that really did fall off the face of the earth as soon as Link Summoning came out, because the deck couldn't function with Link monsters, being that the deck needed to constantly summon different extra deck monsters, such as the Flame King Genghis, the Synchro, that summons a DDD from the grave, needed to summon other cards along the deck with the deck, so end on boards with Crystal Wing and Hope Harbinger and anything along those lines. The deck could not function in a Link format, but now that the Link format is pretty much coming to an end, and we're getting the new adjusted rule that comes out in April 1st, we are able to play proper Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, and DDDs along with that can come back. Being able to end on its Crystal Wings plus Hope Harbinger, and even a new card, the Flame King Genghis monster, that literally just is Genghis with a negate built in, and it's just such a good deck now, and it's a deck that really does get boosted by Master Rule 5. Definitely something cool there. Next deck, Lunar Lights. Oh my god, Lunar Lights are so much better in Master Rule Adjusted or Master Rule 5. Like, just being that this deck, in the current format, is able to do so many insane things. Using Tiger to constantly bring back Martin being able to recycle Tiger, Zephyr being able to return Tiger, and just keep going further and further and further to end on multiple different kinds of boards. Like, you can, there's two ways to play Lunar. One is the fusion build, where you literally just OTK your opponent, and the other is the build that literally just says, I'm going to make a board of multiple disruptions on your turn, and not do anything. And Lunar Lights can do that 10 times better now. Why? They don't need to rely on links. So, you can literally just be like, okay, you've got this. Well, guess what? I'm going to make a board of like 5 Xyz monsters, look you in the face with like a Dweller, Evil Swan, Nightmare, Rafflesia, I don't know, Tornado Dragon, and some other Xyz, maybe a Ghost Emerald, just to recycle some stuff, and be like, I made this. You're not winning. Have fun. And like Lunar Lights are able to do this very easily. Like, they can literally make Azathoth, go into full combo mode, where they literally just make tons of rank 4s. Like, as I said, Dweller, Nightmare, any other rank 4, Tornado Dragon, like, any rank 4 that says Disruption, and then just look at the opponent and be like, you just can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's cool. Like, I admit it's cancer and absolute bullcrap, but hell, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! It's able to do this, and Lunar Lights allowed the deck to do this. Like, this deck gets buffed by Master Rule 5, so yeah, Lunar Lights are dumb in this format. Another deck that honestly probably will be hit before the new Master Rule comes out, but Thunder Dragons, yeah, oh my god, Thunder Dragons get such a boost by this. I can make 3 Colossus, turn 1, without a Link monster. Who thought that was fine? Like, honestly, being able to make a mistake on legs on your opponent's for your opponent, unable to search, make 3 of them with no other combo. Like, literally, just make 3 Thunder Dragon monsters. Like, 3 Thunder Dragon monsters, and it's not even hard. It really isn't. Like, literally, banish a Roar, get a Dark, and also you can also end with a Titan. You can end with a Titan if you open Thunder Dragon Fusion. Like, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. Like, how you're just able to make triple Colossus, turn 1, and a Titan with barely any plays. Like, sure, it loses to Nibiru, but am I wrong? Like, that's dumb. That's absolutely insane. And just having the ability and the power to be able to do something like that in a deck is dumb. And honestly, this deck gets so much boost by Master Rule 5. It's really good. And Thunder Dragons only get better with this Master Rule because of that. So, Thunder Dragons are another deck on this list that can do that. Next, Heroes. Oh my god, Heroes. Heroes. In Master Rule 5, we will have, for Heroes, Elemental Hero Sunrise and Elemental Hero Liquid Man. This makes the deck even better, being able to end on boards with Sunriser, Dark Law, Absolute Zero, and Mass Changes, and it's you're able to end on board wipes Dark Law with ease, and you don't need a Link Monster, so it makes the deck even easier to play. Like, literally, Heroes couldn't play for the longest time because Master Rule 5. And I knew that. I knew you couldn't play Master Rule 5 with Heroes. And there are even other builds you couldn't play because of that, like the Water Hero build, which I personally don't think is that good anymore. It could still be played in Master Rule 5. You could still play it. It's not the end of the world. Being able to make a Bahamut Shark that make multiple turbs is pretty good, but hey, I don't personally like the build. But literally being able to end on any hero build was really hard in Master Rule 4. But with the changes in the Adjusted or Master Rule 5, I'm going to keep saying both just so we know what's going on. The heroes get even better. You can OTK so much easier. You don't have to care about your extra monster zone being a thing. Like, literally, the amount of games that I've lost just because I've had no access to an extra zone to summon for my Dark Calling, a Miracle Fusion, a Polymerization. No, not a Polymerization. I'd have the zone for that. Any zone for an extra deck card, and it's just been so hard, and heroes just get that buff. Heroes get that buff by this. Like, they're so much better thanks to this, and it's just so good knowing that for a fact. So, heroes, they get buffed by this. Next, Shadows. Shadows get a huge buff. Like, literally, like, one of the biggest problems with Shadows is I only have one extra monster zone. I can't really do much with that. I can't make my Winder plus Construct. I can't do a load of other shenanigans with that. I can't do a lot. But thanks to this Master Rule change, Shadows are able to end on multiple constructs. They're able to make multiple constructs. They're able to make a Winder. They're able to make Shreks. Like, they're able to end on multiple different fusion monsters, which the deck really did need and liked to use back in the day to be able to control the game, to be able to interrupt the game. And the deck has even more now as well, being able to utilize cards such as Dingirsu, being able to use Dingirsu, being able to use pretty much any monster you want, and being able to utilize other engines into the deck as well. Like, you can utilize, like, engines you could put into the deck now. Clown, to add the Clown Blade engine, so you can add Xyz monsters into the deck. Like, and this was stuff that played in the day. You can incorporate the Invoked engine into the deck, so you can have more fusion potential along with already your Shadow fusion potential. Like, there are so many different aspects to Shadows, and like, we've even got free Super Poly. Like, free Super Poly in a format, like, that goes for Heroes as well, by the way. You can use free Super Poly in Heroes thanks to the Omni Hero build. But you can use free Super Poly in Shadows and have multiple extra deck monsters, multiple zones to summon with the Super Polymerization. So it's like, there's no downside to this deck now. It's got free Super Poly, it's got Master Rule Adjusted or 5 that says I can have multiple extra monster zones, and it's got so much more coming with the structure deck as well. Like, this deck just gets buffed beyond belief up till Master Rule 5 Adjusted, whatever. So, it's dumb. It's dumb. It can OTK, it can set up a board with Winder, Super Polymerization, it can do a lot. It's Shadows, and I may not like the deck. I still don't like the deck very much either, but it's Shadows and it's still good. So yeah. Next, Fluffles. Oh my lord, Fluffles. Fluffles went off the face of the earth as well as soon as Master Rule 4 came out. That deck was impossible to play in Master Rule 4. But with this, that deck's OTK power becomes insane again. That deck is able to play the game insanely. Toy Vendor engine is nuts. Being able to send Fluffle Wings, destroy the Toy Vendor, draw 3 cards. They've got Fluffle Frightfur Patchwork, being able to search even more. This deck is insane in Master Rule 5. The OTK potential. The potential to just plow through the opponent. Just nuking the board with a Frightfur Tiger. Being able to attack with pretty much anything. Using Frightfur Kraken to send your monster to the graveyard, deal you some damage, then attack and attack. It's like, Fluffles, they're dumb in Master Rule Adjusted /5. It's they're like Shadows. Like these 3 decks that I've just mentioned. Shadow, Fusion, Hero. These all get buffs because they're fusion decks that needed the more zones to summon to. Am I wrong? Am I really wrong? No. Fluffles are dumb. Next, any synchro-based deck. Literally. You could be playing TGs. You could be playing Quasar Turbo, which is also a TG strategy. You could be playing Cosmic Blazers Turbo, which is a TG strategy. But so many decks that revolve around synchros. Mainly TG become insane. Having the access to Synchro Summon as many times as you want, using TG Hyper Librarian every time you Synchro Summon to draw a card, Formula Synchron to draw a card along with that, making big monsters such as Quasar Dragon, Cosmic Blazer Dragon, you being able to utilize Needle Fiber in this format as well, or Halifax Fiber, whatever it's called now, along with these Synchro-based decks. This is insane. This is the nuts. This is god amazing. Like, you can hand loop, you can play hand loop strategies, you can play negate strategies, you can play any strategy you want for synchros now, and it's done. Like, anything that plays TG Hyper Librarian is going to be insane, and that's the main thing. Like, TGs, Quasar Spam, hand loops, any synchro-based deck that does this is going to be dumb, and hell, it's just a fact right there. Next though, Satellarknights. Trivial is back, babies. Trivial is back. The main concern with Satellarknights was you couldn't Trivial Loop anymore. That was the main thing you lost when the Master Rule came out in Tellarknights. Trivial Loop was dead. It was done. You couldn't do anything with with a Trivial Loop. But now you can. The control deck of old is back, because you can literally normal summon your Deneb, set 4, pass, have an ulti for next turn, summon the Deneb back, and make a Triva, then continuously make Triva over and over and over and over until your opponent's dead and they can't play the game anymore because they never had a board and you kept discarding their hand and you just kept going and going and going until they're dead. So Satellarknights get a huge boost just because Trivial Loop is back, and that's pretty good, am I right? Alsham, burn, Cowboy burn, Trivial your opponent to death constantly because of Trivial Loop is back. I can play Floodgates that don't affect me, such as Rivalry of the Warlords and anything else along those lines. I can literally just keep compulsing the board over and over again to keep gaining my Call of the Haunted's back, keep doing Altair's and Trivial's back, so you can never have a board that is stable or anything along those lines. Satellarknights are busted. They really are. Another one is Burning Abyss. Oh my god, I'm going to summon Free Dante! Oh, well, I won't personally. I never really liked Burning Abyss. It was an alright deck. I just didn't really like the deck structure so much. But you can summon Free Dante again. You can summon Beatrice wherever you want. You can play any Burning Abyss and not give a damn. You can play your tour guide. You can play anything you want along those lines. You can make any extra deck card you want in Burning Abyss and not care. There's nothing wrong with it. And the good part about this as well is BA Orcust become 10 times better. Because you go BA strategy, which is good. You then make anything else with like dangers and stuff, go into a Curious, send that Orcust engine to the grave. And from that point on, guess where you go? You go into a whole BA structure where you make a Beatrice, you make the Dante, you make a Dante, Beatrice, Ding, Girsu, potentially a Shell Fusion as well, that if you're playing that, Instant Fusion, I'm sorry. And you end on you can end on Dante's, you can end on with you can end on a Beatrice, you can end on Dante, you can end on Ding, Girsu, you can end on pretty much anything you want, or you can just play pure BA, which just summons triple Dante. Looks like your opponent has infinite resources and back row, and Fire Lake is dumb now as well because of that, because destroy 2 Dante, pop 3 of your opponent's cards. Oh my god, it's like, I know what I'm saying here. Burning Abyss are boosted by this, and it's just, there's nothing wrong about this fact whatsoever. So, yeah. But the last deck we're going to talk about is Invoked. Now, this was the deck that was the engine for so many other decks. And it still continued to be an engine for so many other decks. Primarily invoked, but it was used in other strategies as well. But this deck becomes even better now. Why? You can play it with Trick Stars again. You could also be playing it with the Wind Witch engine again. You could be playing it with the new Spellbook engine cards. You could literally just be doing anything you want with Invoked. Make Mechabas beyond belief. They're getting that new fusion monster that says when I'm summoned, I pop a card. When you summon, I can choose to pop a card. Like, Invoked are just going to get better and better and better. And even going second, like, these boards that your opponent makes, if they don't mean crap. You know why? Because they literally just make Purgatorio with the Almirage that they make, then make Purgatorio, attack until all your monsters and you're dead. This deck that can make multiple Mechaba, this deck that can literally looks at your opponent and be like, I can make a Wind Witch, I can use the Wind Witch engine, make a Raijin that will set your card, plus a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, and just kill you. And I can play the Invoked engine as well. I mean, the Mech Knight engine. Add that with your Wind Witches, if you go first. Second, you got the Mech Knights. First, you got the Wind Witches. There's nothing really bad about this situation, is there? There isn't. Like, come on. Let's be honest here. But guys, those are 10 decks that I personally feel are getting really buffed by Master Rule 5 or adjusted Master Rule 4. Tell me what you think of these decks in the comment section below. Sorry for the slight talking at the end. Family is family. I'm not gonna get hateful about it. But yeah, don't forget to press the like button. Check out the team Facebook page. Subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content, and don't forget to comment to tell me your thoughts on these 10 decks. Are you going to be playing any of these decks in Master Rule 5? I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going to be playing DDD. I know a lot of you are going to play Heroes. Heroes are the best, man. Heroes are the best. Frightfurs are also favorite, and you hand loop players out there, we know you're there, and we know you're prepping, and we've got our Nibiru's ready for you. But guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to do those things I just said. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Royal Bat 1, signing out. Later all.